Good morning, everybody. Kilt here from the Appalachian Trail. It is day 40. I'm about 30 minutes in, so it's about 8:30. Already working on our third climb. And sun is out. It actually rained last night. It was not supposed to, not in the forecast, but it was a pretty good rain. So, don't have much of a view, but I will show you what we do have. We are actually running this ridge line for a first, which is actually a nice grass trail, just ups and downs. But we're pushing north right there. So under the feet is good, but there's still climbs. And if the weather holds out and I'm able to do it and the terrain allows, it may be our biggest day yet. But it's way too early to make that decision. But that's the game plan. So, without further ado, let's get a move on. And I'll bring you along for today's journey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all in a bit. Here we go. Bring you on this morning's little trail this morning. No, you're not looking in a mirror. That's the trail along this ridge. And wow, am I liking this. This might be the nicest one yet. It's not 100% flat, but it's close and it's soft and there's a lot of it. I tell you, if the day stays like this or the terrain stays like this through today, I'll be able to get that new goal. Other than that, body's feeling real good this morning. The Achilles tendons have loosened up. They're not screaming at me no more. My feet are absolutely fine. Knees are fine. Just some tight calves and tight Achilles, that's it. I'm excited about today. I'm hoping again the forecast is wrong for tonight, this afternoon. But we've got miles to crush and we are pushing north. Alright, like usual, first shelter of the day. Gotta get our second breakfast snack. This is Iron Mountain. This is where I was trying to get to yesterday. But I just didn't have the 3 miles in me. And believe it or not, I did it. Did the 3 miles today in an hour. Terrain was beautiful. But we're not going to stop for second breakfast. We're going to eat it on the go. But wow, what a beautiful camp spot. And a lot of the people were here last night that we all left the hostel together. They were in front. Just a little side trail with a small morning view. It's a little hazy out there. Nothing crazy. Just a little view. Alright, well there's our blaze. There's the Cherokee National Forest kiosk signs and the maps. We gotta cross the street. Oh. Entering the Watauga River watershed, Carter County. No cars, let's go. And how do we know? Because right there on that fence post is a double wide blaze. Cross Mountain Accessible Trail. That's cool. And the gate. Try and do this, whoa, one-handed here. Oh, pick the poles up. There we go. Oh, gate operation 101. Lift the ring, release the ring. All right. According to that sign, we got a half mile of this nice handicapped gravel trail. And we are going to be walking through grassy fields and dandelions. Let's push north, we're not there yet. There we go, we made it to the barn. Just after crossing the Tennessee Highway. It's the barn with a big old AT logo on it. And if it was later in the year, all this grass has been bush hogged down. Sit up here. But there's nothing in that barn. And let me pan back here to the right. And that's the trail we just come up. Just in this valley. Absolutely gorgeous this morning. It's not even noon yet, but we're doing it. Well, finally, we made it to the second shelter, which is going to be lunch. And we have done our first 10+ mile before noon day. It is 10.2 miles and it's 11:45. Here we are. The Double Springs shelter. Savage is already here. She blew the doors off. And old trusty Two Turtles. And yes, the Two Turtles is from Nemo. Alright, so here's the alluring Double Spring shelter for lunch. So let's get our lunch and get moving so we can do this big mile day today. And I have a feeling water is way down there. All right, let's get at it. Just coming down here to Highway 321, 421, and we have ran into Mama Michelle and our second legit trail magic. We haven't had full-blown trail magic since Max Patch with Pringles and Honey Bun. So this is a well-earned sight for sore eyes. And I'm gonna get some cold drinks, some KFC chicken. Look at that. Fruit, cookies, and we're gonna push on another 5 miles before this rain rolls in. Let's push north. No, this is not the end of the day shelter. Don't even know if this is an actively used shelter anymore. Anyway, this is the McQueen Knob shelter. This looks like one of the originals from the Appalachian Trail. Let's take a quick gander what one of the original shelters looked like. Old log built. Just an elevated platform to sleep on. I mean, you literally got to duck down in here, literally just to sleep on. Probably 2 people maybe, left to right, not even front to back like they are now. That is cool. The old McQueen Knob shelter. Well, here it is. The Abington Gap shelter. Finally, one hell of a day, one hell of a push. Whew. I don't know if I can go any further. I do know it was my biggest day yet. So we will do an end of the day wrap up. But there's people here, so I'm not gonna put them on film. All right, well, we made it. Made it here to Abington Gap Shelter. Had to go 0.2 down the hill behind the shelter for water and 0.2 straight back up. It is straight down and straight up, and the water is not flowing that well at all. You literally have to scoop it. 2 turtles and Savage are in here setting up, just getting some bunk set up for the night. Nothing crazy. You can see the sign on the back wall there, Abington Gap. Get out of their face. Been in it all day. They don't want to see it after 19 miles. So we're here, we're set up, getting set up, got water. I'll come back for end of the day wrap up and show you the books, everything we saw today, all the elevations, and the mileage. All right, good evening everybody, and welcome to end of the day wrap up. I am currently dodging rain showers tonight because I am staying inside the shelter and it's pretty full, so trying to just give everyone their privacy and not mess with them with the camera. But we're gonna end of the day wrap up. We're gonna show you the book and show you the miles. We are still in Tennessee, so I just wanted to clear that up real fast before we finished and tomorrow's video came out. So we're still in Tennessee. So let me turn around and show you the book and show you what we accomplished today. Here we go. All right, well, we started our morning right there at mile marker 41.5 at the Stealth campsite. And our elevation was 3857. And we pretty much did a roller coaster most of the morning with some downhills. And we popped in for a quick snack at the Iron Mountain Shelter. Showed you that. We didn't even stay long. We just kept pushing. The terrain today was absolutely just gorgeous, perfect. It allowed for a very big mile day. So we pushed on downhill. We crossed Tennessee 91, and that's where we entered the field for the barn at the Shady Valley, Tennessee, right there, the town. Mile marker 449.1. So after the barn, we continued to do a climb, and we got into the Double Springs shelter for lunch. And we showed you that at lunch for the Double Spring, mile marker 452.2, and that one's at 4,000 feet. From there, we headed downhill, and we rolled into right there, Low Gap US 421, where we got the Trail Magic from Mama Michelle. Had all kinds of good stuff for us. So we got some good rest and good hydration, and then had to climb. Actually climbed up out of there from Low Gap, climbed up, and we are at the bottom of the page, so we got to turn them page. And on our climb up, we came into McQueen's Knob, and that was the old disused shelter that we showed you, that little bitty guy that slept too. That was at mile marker 459, with an elevation of 3,900 feet. And then we kind of roller coastered. We went down and then back up and had a climb right here at the end to the Abington Gap Shelter, mile 460.5 for day 40. Where we're calling it a night, and it is a true 19.0 mile day at 3,700 feet. So not only was it a 19-mile day, I started hiking first thing at 8 o'clock this morning, and I got here to camp at 3:30. So up until now, if you told me I was going to do a 19-mile day and be at camp by 3:30, I would not have believed you. The terrain today was just that good. It allowed me to get the miles in, get them in before dark, and get everything else done here set up at camp. The water behind the shelter isn't the greatest. It's the steepest downhill to a water source at 0.2 miles. So that means it's 0.2 miles back up. So if you want to count those, which we don't, that's a 0.4. I did a bonus miles today. But true AT miles was 19. We are going into Damascus, Virginia tomorrow. That's right, Virginia. So we are crossing the border. We're being done with Tennessee. We're going into Virginia, and we're going to take a Nero into Damascus. So once again, I just want to say thank you for all that are following along and tuning in. I appreciate you. Stick around till tomorrow. It's going to be a whole new day in the town of Damascus. And again, I appreciate you, and have a good night, everybody. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.